This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe, anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman. Rob Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again. Please, God, no. Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts. He wrote all right here is no mystery. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode 285. This is Jeff.
I'm Blake.
This is Jim. We are without Jason this week.
Anarchy!
Thank goodness.
Anarchy!
It's so relaxing without Jason here.
Oh, sorry, I meant anarchy.
It was relaxing until Blake started screaming.
Oh.
And where is here? We are on location. We are on location. We are no longer in the Bob studio this week because apparently when Jason went out of town, he didn't leave orders at the guardhouse at the front to let us in. So we were left out. We're like, dude, we're here every week.
You think Hank would know us?
Yeah, except the fact that we called him Hank and he said, my name's not Hank.
Ooh.
You know, one of the few times where
Carl?
one of the few times where we actually need Doctor Number One is we know he sneaks in every week.
But instead, we are on location here at second floor of beautiful Dana Gardens.
The luxurious Dana Gardens.
It's
just
a fantastic watering hole if you like a hole in the wall and like shitty service.
I hear this service is shitty.
Yes.
Yes, but it has gardens in its name, so it has to be, somewhat respectable.
This was the 8th straight year that Dana Gardens was voted tops in smallest bouncers and worst bartenders. That's something to really strive for.
All right.
Yeah, but you were number one in biggest tits.
Yeah, well, they're all guys working, so yeah.
I know.
I've been working on it though. These are getting bigger.
There you go.
Oh, so so no Jason. And I do have to admit, for some reason, we have the best outline this week.
It's fantastic.
I mean, apparently, intern Hackney was able to put together a good outline without all of Jason's interference.
No typos?
Nothing. I mean, clean, crisp, and to the point.
Yeah.
So how's everyone's week?
My week was fine and dandy. It was pretty low-key. Not a whole lot going on. Work. A good softball game without Brigger, which we, of course, won. And a little Father's Day dinner. So, other than that, nothing big going on. How about you, Blake?
I can't tell you guys what I did last week.
Top secret.
In Washington, D.C. So if I did, then I'd have to kill you.
We'd rather not die.
Yeah, and then I would have to, find out everybody who downloaded the podcast, and I have to go kill them, too.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Stork?
There is one in Montgomery, Alabama.
That one guy who keeps hate listening to us in Alabama.
These assholes badmouth Alabama again. The place sucks.
There's no point in going to Pittsburgh because that city's going to kill those guys there anyways. They keep eating fries on their sandwiches. They're going to die.
So I have a question. Which city would you describe as America's toilet? Would that be Pittsburgh or Cleveland?
Pittsburgh with Iron City beer.
You said that to a guy who's from the Cleveland area.
I know. I did that on purpose.
Now, this weekend I was with some people from the Cleveland area, and they pretty much agreed that Cleveland is the armpit of America.
Okay, armpit. Cleveland's the armpit. So the asshole is going to be Pittsburgh.
I mean, look, the way I look at it,
Armpit's an asshole that close.
you got some Great Lakes Brewery up there. You got Fatheads. You got all kinds of good beer that comes out of Northeast Ohio. What comes out of Pittsburgh? The only thing people know that comes out of Pittsburgh is Iron City beer, and everybody knows that's worse than Natty Light.
For some reason, I saw 2 cases of it downstairs. We don't carry
From
it
what
here.
year?
I don't know. We don't carry it. It was just down there.
People are trying to drop it off and get rid of it?
It must have been. I mean, somebody just dropped off like, can you use this?
Can you use this? We can't.
But yeah, honestly, the food scene in Cleveland's actually pretty good too. A lot of good restaurants, and especially if you go to the Michael Simon ones. And
Oh yeah, Michael Simon. He's on he's the poster child for Food Network now, isn't he?
that's still Bobby Flay.
Oh, Michael Simon's better than Bobby Flay.
But Michael Simon is he's the poster boy for Cleveland cuisine.
I think I saw somebody from Chicago challenged Michael Simon because he wanted to show who was the best at the Great Lakes cuisine. Michael Simon won.
Did they make pierogies?
I don't think they made pierogies.
I think those challenges are fake. Just like all of reality TV.
Fake. They
Fake.
know who's going to win beforehand.
Exactly. I mean, the show's got his name on it, doesn't it? How's he going to lose?
Well, they beat Bobby Flay, that one?
Yeah.
They want Bobby to lose.
Exactly. I mean, how are you going to beat Bobby Flay if his name's in the TV show? Beat Bobby Flay? Never.
I've seen it happen. Like six
It's
times.
done by blind taste tests. They don't know which one Bobby made.
The one that has the Calabria peppers in it was Bobby's dish.
He works those peppers in every dish.
I mean, I would put them in I don't care if they mattered or not. just to confuse the judges.
Wasn't there the big controversy where they were serving his food on microwave plates, so when you got close to the plate, it was super hot, so you knew it was Bobby Flay, so they knew to pick, oh yeah, this one.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
No, I think that was on Throwdown.
Oh, no?
What was Throwdown?
What's Throwdown?
That's still another Bobby Flay show?
That was when Bobby Flay would show up at people's, in other people's cities, and he would challenge them.
Oh,
to
instead
their
of challenging Bobby Flay was challenging them.
Yes, that was out before Beat Bobby Flay.
Ew. Okay.
So still Bobby Flay was cheating is what...
Oh, most likely.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's what I thought.
We do have a Bobby Flay restaurant in town. Bob's,
Bob's Burgers?
no, it's, it's his Burger Palace.
That's at the casino, isn't it?
I've never eaten there.
I've never been to the casino because of my love of gambling or lack of love of gambling.
It's your high moral character would not allow you to go into a place like that.
I'm not against gambling as a practice. I'm just against me putting up money that that I can't afford to put up.
You ready to put $1 down on that?
Nope. I'd rather have $1. With gambling, I will be more angry at the money I lost than the thrill of the potential money I'd win. Mm-hmm. Like, ooh, I can win $20, but I have to put $5 down.
I know, that's like a...
I'm going to lose. I win $20, it's like, great. I lose $5. I mean, that's $5 I could have had.
Fuck, that's
Yeah, $5 is like a lunch.
Yeah, that's a good sandwich at some cheap places.
Exactly. But I do go to casinos and I do some craps gambling every once in a while. But I usually try and do it when I'm with like the old retired people at the $5 tables.
Yeah.
Because I'm like you. I put those $5 chips down, and I'm like, man, that's in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's one victory beer after softball. Yeah. This is $5-10. But the way I play, I can have upwards to a lot of money on the table for craps. But I do enjoy playing it, and I do usually at break even or a little bit better, but. I gave up playing blackjack a long time ago because I got tired of listening to fucking assholes behind you on the table.
Oh, everybody else on the table.
Like, if you didn't take a hit card on that, I would have had the 3, and that would have had that, and that would have beat the dealer. It's like, dude, I'm at the $2 table. Shut the fuck up.
Dude.
What do you think about the $2 blackjack table?
Dude, fuck you. We're not on a team.
Exactly.
It's
me against the dealer. I don't give a shit about you.
You're just sitting next to me. Whatever happens to you has no bearing on what happens to me.
Exactly. And then when I got my one buddy who's like, just give me a hit. I feel lucky. And he's like, everybody's, temples are bursting out behind him.
You're not following
the brains.
the
Yeah.
rules.
And like, I said, all right, fuck it. I'll learn how to play craps because every time I look at the craps table, they're all celebrating. Or they're all misery together, So that's what I like about craps. If you're betting it right and everybody's together, everybody wins, everybody's happy, everybody jumps up and down. There's hugging and everybody's slapping each other on the back and blah blah blah. I like craps.
Okay, when I play blackjack, I understand when people get upset for ruining the shoe. So if it's late in the shoe, I will ask, hey, there's only a few hands left in this. Do you mind if I take one here? And if they say yes, I still hit. But I'm asking at least. But what really, I know a couple of friends of mine who play, what really bothers them is when you're at the table and the guy has like Jack Queen. And they split it.
Oh, no.
They're splitting a winning hand.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't care if he has a 5 up. Take your win.
No,
now
take
I hope
your chips,
you lose.
man. Yeah, now you're really screwed. You'd be doubly screwed.
But I mean, the simple fact matters, you don't know what cards they are. Somebody could take some because he splits. Doesn't mean your hand is that much better. I mean, yeah, okay, you see what card was going to be next, but you didn't know ahead of time that your card. I mean, he might split and then you get the perfect card.
Yeah, it's like getting pissed off at somebody after you get your grade back on an exam. Now that you know all the questions, well, I should have answered C there instead of B. You didn't know that shit.
But there is a proper way to play. And if you don't want to play that way, then feel free. You don't have to play that way.
And that's why you sit at the $2 table. It's not like I'm ruining your $200 hand.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like I'm a big stakes guy. I'm at the $2 table for a reason.
Although I've never seen a $2 table.
There are no $2 tables.
Yeah, there are at the old Vegas Strip.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tables. When you get the buffet that has the yellow and the blue.
The yellow and the blue.
And what, you play, what hand is it in?
Yeah.
Or
you play high-low. You play war.
What number am I thinking of?
7. Nope, 5.
Oh,
damn. But we've seen $5. Mostly even $5 tables are hard to come by in blackjack now.
Yeah,
because there's enough people out that they keep raising it. So normally it's 20 to 25.
Yeah, even with the craps.
I could not put $20 on one hand, one play. $20 is like my limit to spend my entire time at a casino. So I suppose I could go into a casino for a minute and a half.
Or you can play slots, which is mindless.
Slots is the worst possible thing to ever play.
Yeah, but even penny slots these days are fucking complicated. Like, all right, I'll pay a penny slot. And you sit down and you're like, max bet, 35 cents? So how do I know if I'm winning or losing?
You got 35 different ways to
35
win.
different lines.
And you never win.
Exactly.
Well, you can play video poker. They'll have that for...
Yeah. And what I hear is video poker is actually the best odds of any odds in a casino.
Yeah, that and then the table.
Well, if you have enough bankroll, chances are you will come out on top.
Well, with enough bankroll, actually Baccarat is probably the highest.
I heard video poker.
Craps.
Craps is slightly in the favor of the house.
Yeah.
And then blackjack is slightly behind that. Roulette is a fool's game.
You're a fool.
Always bet on black.
If Wesley Snipes taught me anything.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's true. Gambling, and it depends upon where you're at too. If it's like one of those, casinos that's like down and out on the river, deal with all the septuagenarians. It's a lot easier for me to muscle those people out of their spots, get to the table. Whereas like the downtown ones, you're dealing with a different, rougher crowd,
Especially at the craps table.
especially at the craps table.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then there's the poker tables. Those are interesting.
Yeah, we all know how good I am at poker.
And you sit down at a $2 table, $1 and $2 blind, big blind, and max buy-in is $200. And you sit down and you look around, and everybody at the table has over like $600 because they've been sitting there long enough. And these assholes don't fold for shit. And unless you catch early, you play as slow as you want. You can't bet anybody off a hand.
Yeah.
You can't muscle anybody, and unless you have a good hand, if you have a good hand great early, you're going to double up.
Yeah.
Because these people call everything. But if you don't get cards right away, then you just should pack up and go home, because it's not fair. Because you can't sit at a table and with people with that many more chips than you, or you can't even buy into it. It should be the minimum. The men should be low stack on the table. So
You mean the maximum?
The minimum, the maximum. Yeah, the maximum buy-in should be low stack on the table.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So they can't just max bet you out,
Yeah.
all in you just to get your piddly $200
Yep.
compared to their
Yeah,
$600.
A small table, there should be max bets there.
I don't know, but it's better to sit the 5-10 table, because those players are better players. They play more in control. You have to start with $400 or so probably, but I think it's better poker.
Yeah, $20 is my limit. I can do maybe a tournament where a $20 buy-in. That's about as far as I'll go.
I love tournaments for poker. I think that's much more fair because everybody starts with the same amount of chips.
Exactly.
You know how many times I've actually tuned into like World Series of Poker thing and Jennifer Tilly's on
6.
playing?
A lot.
A lot.
Oh, yeah. I guess
She's
it's
on
6.
all the time.
Well, she's good.
Well, not the one game that I saw. She was getting beat all the time.
Well,
But she was taking risks.
Oh,
But she got to a point for her to be on television. I mean, she had to beat a bunch of other people probably.
Also,
to get there.
it wasn't like just a celebrity chair where they said, "Hey, who wants to do this?" And her agent calls her up. Hey, I finally got you a gig.
No, she's legitimately a good player. And
Really?
So is Shannon Elizabeth.
Oh, really?
I mean, Tilly's got a bracelet, doesn't she?
Yeah, she won. I know a women's event.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll pay attention to more. I'll have to find a Shannon and Elizabeth episode on YouTube.
Shannon Elizabeth.
And then again, there was the Mr. Cotter, Gabe Kaplan.
Gabe Kaplan?
Oh, he's a freshman. He's a freshman for many years. He was a host of World Series of Poker for probably 8-10 years.
Oh, shit. I thought he did Jeopardy.
No.
Oh, wait, I'm getting my bearded guys mixed up. Sorry. My
Those
bad.
mustachioed men.
Mustachioed men, yes. No, all right. So this part of the episode is brought to you by Offshore Gambling.
Well, anyway,
How was your weekend?
I spent my my extended weekend in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, yes.
Origins Convention.
Yes, Origins Convention, the fun tabletop gaming convention.
That would be the one.
So, how'd it go? I saw you posted a lot of pictures of games that you played,
Yep.
and there was a complaint from one of our listeners, Big Dev.
Yeah, that's because Dev has friends who made a game, so he wants me to cover his friend's game. I went by their table. They were busy. And they had a crappy location, so I didn't go back.
Sucks for them.
They were kind of in the back by like the artists, so there weren't any other real games around them at the same time.
And put them by the food?
Just a
They were
bunch of
nowhere near the food.
just a bunch of artists that look at you hungrily as you walk by, like, please buy something.
I'm like, I like your
buy
art.
something.
I don't have enough. I don't even have $20 to gamble. I don't have $60 for a drawing.
Yeah, I love going through Gen Con, looking at the art section, the art and authors, but I always avoid eye contact because I don't want them starting conversations with me because I feel awkward. And I'm like, yes, that's good. Oh, yes, I like that painting. Very nice. I don't have $500 for that. No. And my wife wouldn't let me put it up anyways in the house.
Yeah. I can at least hang dragon pictures up at my place.
I will someday in my man cave.
Whenever you get it finished.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go to Gen Con. I'm actually going to look at the specialty gaming tables that, guys, people make there. Maybe I'll get a cheap generic one, and then I'll buy like a Game of Thrones and just spray paint it on there. Hey!
Yeah, there was one of the places, I think it was, I can't remember what it was, Tabletop Gaming or something. They make the tables. Yeah. And they also produced a couple of games. One of them was a game I did on Kickstarter, and they were premiering it there.
Oh, cool.
But they had this big, craps table they built just to play this game on.
Awesome.
It was the On Tour game.
Yeah.
Where it's you roll and write, where you roll numbers and you try to make a map and make around America. Each state has a dot, and you try to make the longest route by having the numbers, increasing numbers. You start low, go high, and try to make the longest route. And that was one of the funner games that we played. And I'm like, I already own this one.
I've played this for a year.
Two of my favorite games, I test played. I'm like, I've already kickstarted and owned these games. So, yay!
I know so much more than all of you.
That's right. You suck. I beat you again.
Well, another one was a game I haven't played yet.
Yeah.
And it was nice to have someone explain the rules because the rule book wasn't necessarily the best to figure out how to play. But now I know how to play it.
All right. There you go.
Call to Adventure.
Yeah, so on the Facebook page, you got a number of pictures of the games you played. So what were all the games you played?
Oh, well, now let me pull up my
Now you're going to have to pull up your picture so you can remember.
Like I said, Call to Adventure was the one that I kickstarted and have it. And they're going to have the expansion should be coming relatively soon, and that's based off of, what's his name? Patrick Rothfuss in the Name of the Wind expansion.
Okay.
So that game is, it's based on... you're telling the story of your character in his... Oh, there's my phone. In his... it's his adventure novel. And so, you start at the thing and you keep going on little quests or whatever to build up his backstory. And you're pretty much telling the story of your character throughout the gameplay.
So you're kind of like creating your own Indiana Jones character?
Yeah, kind of, except it's more in a fantasy realm.
More fantasy realm?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But, So that one I liked, and we played that. We had another one that I really liked, Crusaders, Thy Will Be Done. It was released last year or whatever, and it's pretty much take place, it's Europe at the time of the Crusades, and different ways of scoring points. You can either go attack certain other, other peoples, or you can, try to do the church way or try to build buildings. So, a bunch of different ways of winning. And the people at the table I was playing with were trying different ways. So it was fun to see different attempts instead of everybody doing the same thing.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. How did that Templar series on History Channel, was it History or AMC? Did Nightfall? It had Mark Hamill on it. They're like, oh, Mark Hamill!
I watched the first 2 episodes and enjoyed it, but never got back. Just for whatever, couldn't get back to it. I plan on watching it some more, but
because I'm a big fan of Templar history actually, and so I was wondering if I should watch it and get into it. Now I'm kind of this, the dead sports lull period. Maybe I will.
Oh, it's baseball season.
That's. Yeah.
How dare you call it the dead sports
It isn't.
law?
You can't watch baseball on TV.
I do all the
can?
time. I'm doing it right now as we record.
Me too.
Yeah, but you're not really watching it.
Guess what I did last night?
You went to the game.
Guess what
Baseball
I'm
is
doing
made
tomorrow?
to go to the games, sit there, enjoy it for 3 to 4 hours, have a couple beers, and enjoy yourself. I can't do that on TV. I can't watch baseball on TV.
You know what I don't do when I go to the baseball game?
Drink beer.
Good.
I don't need the beer to make the game more enjoyable, and like I said, I don't have $7 for a 12-ounce beer.
That's
So-
right. Oh, so anyway.
So I actually drink more beer at home watching the game than I would at the game itself.
So it's actually more expensive for you to stay at home and watch the game on TV than it is for you to go to the game.
Probably. Well, still have to pay for parking.
Okay.
I feel like I could take the bus. Cost of a bus fare and a ticket to the game. Yeah, I can
You
enjoy
can
that.
do it
that's
for like,
good.
what, $14 right there.
There you go. Well, I don't think I'd spend $14 on beer at what I sit at home watching.
Oh, okay.
But if you happen to go to the bar, it's less you can spend at the bar.
Oh, yeah, it's less than I spend at the bar watching. You're right on that.
And then you get the Kroger meal deal for $9 if you're going to get food.
Yeah, you get food with a large beverage, a large soda pop.
All right, well, that's good. All right, so this portion was sponsored by MLB. Now back to board games by Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, so I do have a question.
Go for it.
Right, I mean, a lot of people complain about complexity of games like Axis and Allies, for example.
Like me complaining about
Yes.
that one? Yeah.
You know, and Jason. So I do look at the photos that you had, and I'm looking at those board games. Some of them look very simple.
Oh, some of them were very simple.
Some of them very simple. Some of those, I look at these pictures of these board games, and I'm like, how in the hell do you know what you're doing? Because there's like 50 pieces and 20 cards and 5 different boards and 1,000 pieces all over the place, and none of them
Like
make
the
sense.
picture I brought up there.
Yes,
Talk
like that,
about-
like that one. What is
everyone
that?
at home could see.
Yeah.
I'll hold up the picture.
Hold it up for the studio audience.
This game is Undertow. This is a cooperative game where you're like
We're all working together.
you're working together,
Oh,
and
that's what
there's-
cooperative game means?
yes, and the,
You know, Risk sometimes is a
Yeah.
cooperative game.
If you hate certain people.
Yeah.
this is one that's kind of trying to get you your RPG feel, a tactical game against the
The baddies.
the baddies, AI baddies. So, there's certain rules about, okay, this is where the bad guys pop up, and then everyone else is playing different characters. And so each character has its own rule. This one was pretty complicated. We just played like one small battle or something, and I suppose it's got like a campaign setting. But we played one small battle, and it's like, well, you do this and this, and we're like, okay, that's confusing. I mean, I'm sure as soon as we get into it, it would make a lot more sense, but it's like, okay, well, we'll do this, and we did pretty well. But, I mean, everybody I was with, have been long-term RPGers, so we know how to fight with each other.
You know how to problem solve with groups.
Yes, it says so on my resume. But
I am a master of cooperative games. That's on his resume.
but that was I think the biggest problem. Both, I think, Undertow and Crusaders that I just talked about, they were featuring like the exclusive boxes or the what do you call it? The big nice boxes with better pieces, and I'm like, and these are like $80 to $100. I'm like, I want the $40 version. I mean, these pieces are nice, but
They're not really important to gameplay.
yeah, they don't affect gameplay other than to look at a pretty piece.
Yeah.
So give me the cheaper that doesn't affect gameplay.
Oh,
pieces.
shit. Thinking of pieces. Hey, remember the mini-me I got at Gen Con?
Yes.
I gave those to a professional painter guy in January.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about it. He's never contacted me about getting them done.
Uh-oh.
So I sent him a message like a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't heard back from him.
I don't think you'll see
You don't think I ever see my stuff, my mini-me's again?
You won't see yourself again.
Shit, during the break, I'm going to text him again. I'm like, God damn it.
Looks like you're going to have to go on, give a negative review on.
Well, it's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm going to have to give him a negative. What was pretty funny is like, oh, yeah, he's done it in a couple weeks. And then it's like 4 months later, I completely forgot about it. And I sent him a text. It's like, oh, yeah, well, my dad's in town. I'll say, okay. I forgot it again. It's like 2 months later. I'm like, oh, shit. But anyways, all right, yeah, pieces in the game. Sorry.
Yeah, one of the simple games. but-
That part of the podcast is brought to you by that shitty ass guy painting my minis that hasn't done it yet.
Cha-ching!
Now he's gonna pay me to take them back.
I'm gonna say then there are a couple of party or light fare games or something.
Yeah.
Like this one, Tuki.
Yeah, they look like a Jenga.
It's kind of
Or not a Jenga. It looked like what's that? Tetris. Looks like a Tetris-y thing kind of.
It's when you're given a card and you depending on the die roll you have to put it a certain way. One person's the judge.
So you're actually tricked into an IQ test.
Yeah, pretty much. This is a spatial awareness test. Where
No, I don't enjoy this anymore.
But
no, I know it's a test.
You try to build. There's these blocks, long color blocks,
and you try to build a geometric form on your card.
You have to put them vertically, the way the card is, and then you also have like plain white, different shaped blocks that you use to hold the blocks so you get them right, and it can get confusing as you're like racing to beat everybody else. I mean, it's simple but fun. And, and a couple rules that make it difficult or whatnot. So. It was a fun dexterity, spatial awareness type game. And then Aurarial by, that one, Pandasaurus.
Yeah.
That was very Tetris-y. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, I can see that. That looks like a bunch of Legos spilled on the table.
Yeah, those are meeples. And then there were...
Meeples, Legos.
Yeah. And then there were like Tetris-shaped blocks, pretty much the Tetris shapes that, through a little manipulating wheel or whatever, they fall down on your board in a certain way, and you're trying to, arrange them in certain ways that you get the points and try to prevent your opponents from getting
kind of an advanced pickup sticks game.
Yes, that's not a bad way of calling it. Same company also put out Dead Man's Cabal.
Now that looks like a giant bingo board.
What
is that?
That one was pretty complicated. It looks fun. I didn't really get a chance to play, but friends I was there with did get to do a couple rounds of playing it. And
it actually looks kind of casino-y.
It looks kind of like roulette.
Yeah.
It isn't like roulette. No. I know that's what it looks like in my picture, but there's different boards, like different colored skulls do different things and manipulate each board, so you're trying to get different boards to get you different things so you can like raise the dead. So because you're having a party, but since you're a necromancer, nobody wants to come to your party but the dead. So you have to raise the dead to come to your party is what the theme is.
I see.
But my one buddy bought a copy of that one, so he liked it enough. I wish I would have got to get into a better, more advanced game, but I didn't. That one's Call to Adventure. That's the one I said I already owned, but we played it anyway.
It looks like a lot of stuff.
Well, it's good you played it because now you can explain
now I
the
know
rules
how to
us,
play it.
so we don't have the first hour of game night
Of me reading the rules
and us drinking wine.
and then not listening to the rules.
I normally listen to half of them, which is better than the other people.
Yes. This one by QE. The game is QE. It's by the people who made the tabletop game. Makes the tables and the on tour game. That one's not out yet, but it was fun. It's like you're bidding. You're playing different countries who print their own money, so you're just bidding to get these stocks in these different companies.
Okay.
And you can bid any amount you want.
Oh, is this a game for socialists to learn about capitalism?
Probably. But the thing is, if you spend the most money, you automatically lose. So you're trying to buy the stuff without spending the most. So you have to probably be the second highest spender, second to third, depending on how close it is. But you different ways, different types of stocks. You're trying to diversify, or do you want to get all monopoly and get all of one type?
I want all of Apple.
But and then they all come from different like if your country's stock comes up, you get extra points if you buy stock from your country or something. So that was a fun game. I'm looking forward to coming out because I will probably get that when it does.
That's QE.
That was QE. And then this one was fun. It's Warsaw City of Ruins. It's a tile-laying city building game, and I know there's a lot of different ones of those out there.
Oh, it's not I thought that was a World War II game.
Well, it kind of, you're building your city, and they kind of base it off of Warsaw and whatnot. and you go through the history of the city being built up. So in the middle, there are rounds where it's wartime and your city will get bombed and you'll have to destroy parts of your city.
Nice.
So that was a fun game, and that one I'm on the border because I've already got a couple other city building games.
So it's like Sim City, but on tiles, but on board game.
I think I enjoyed a lot more than SimCity. But
I enjoyed Sim City, even when the aliens came down and destroyed half my city.
oh, poor aliens.
Poor aliens! They destroyed my city!
Yeah, but it was your city, so I mean, they didn't get to destroy a fun city.
The name of it was Fun City!
Okay, so they did destroy a fun city. Oh, but no, we're. And then another friend who bought a game like when the floor was shut down and we were like hanging out afterwards playing, and we were playing was it called Pitch Storm or something like that, where you're trying to the party game where you're pitching a movie, and you can do it in teams if you have enough people, and I think the teams way worked a lot better.
Oh, so like Boardroom.
Yes, it's like Boardroom, but you got cards where the card will give you a character, and then a card will give you a plot. And if you're working in teams, like one person like gets 3 cards and picks what character, the other guy picks the plot, and then you have to try to convince who's ever the
How did we
people
not
at
come
the
up with
time.
that game already?
Someone came up with it, and I think they bought it last year, brought it down with them, and we played it this year. It's like, damn, that was fun, because you're acting like you're pitching a movie to people, and then the people who are listening to the pitch have cards that they throw out and say, oh, that's great and all, but we need more sharks or something. So you have to, oh yes, of course, sharks would be great
So that's how Sharknado was started.
probably. It was probably, random cards where someone's like,
It's like, okay, we got Tara Reid.
Tara Reid is in Twister, like chasing storms, more sharks. Okay, well, of course, the tornadoes pull all the sharks out of the water and attack you.
Yeah.
So that was a fun game, and one of my buddies is apparently he's a master at puns, because he was coming up with, so anytime it's like, and the title is, and he'd just pull out these terrible groan-inducing puns that were funny.
Yeah.
And he would always win because he had the best title for his movie.
Well, that's pretty cool.
But it was a fun time. Got to hang out with friends I see once or twice a year, if that. So, and I actually got to have lunch with Nick Albright.
Oh, Brian.
Oh, Bright.
We ate lots of meats.
Well, it sounds like a great, great time.
All right, and then when I get back, this is I want to complain about my neighbors.
Uh-oh.
Well, our street is being redone, and I just happened to be out of town for the perfect time because they were redoing the curbs.
Yeah.
And
you don't have to worry about your cars.
Yeah, and so like we weren't allowed to like park in the driveway because they were tearing up the curbs and then coming down and putting new curbs. So while I was out, they tore out the curbs, put in the new curbs, and then said, you can't park in your driveway for 48 hours because we just put down the new concrete and it's got to cure. So they put cones out blocking the driveways. So our neighbors decided, well, if we can't park in our driveway, we'll just go over the curb and park in the grass.
Ew.
I'm like,
So
no!
So they drove over the higher part of the curbs that have just been put in to park in their front yard.
Yeah. So it's like
Awesome.
beautiful. Yeah, I got a picture of that when I was at the convention. I'm like, why are they parking their front yards? It's like, well, they couldn't use the driveways.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Stupid is as stupid does. Speaking of, the guy that's supposed to have painted my minis, which I just looked in my messenger, I dropped him off on December 30th. And I caught him again in February. That's when he had his dad in town.
Yeah, okay.
And then back on June 6th, I was like, oh, hey, I'm filling out my Gen Con sheet. And it reminded me, you have my minis.
And you haven't heard back?
I haven't heard back from them yet, so I just sent them another one tonight. We'll see what happens. I'm like, hey, if they're done, I'll come pick them up and pay for them. If not, can I just come by and pick them up anyway?
Well, the worst thing about it was you used the guy. The name of his place was Shitty Ass Service.
Shitty ass service? Yeah, that's true.
Brought to you by Shitty Ass
Shitty-ass
Service. I don't think Jason will let us title it that. Oh, he's not here!
Tyler, whatever
Change
we
approved.
want. There you go. So what about, this weekend I actually saw Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, for the first time?
Finally,
Yeah, I was hesitant to do so because, I'm pretty picky about my Spider-Man.
Okay.
But when I did watch all 3 Captain America movies in a row on Sunday, because I was home by myself and I can do that, I was like, the Spider-Man thing was actually kind of neat. And now I kind of see, Tony Stark's relationship with Spider-Man in the Avengers Endgame and, how that really, racked him, all that kind of stuff. I was like, all right, I'll watch Homecoming. And you know what? I actually liked it.
It was probably the best Spider-Man movie you've seen?
Yeah, I don't know. I still like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I do like that. But, the Amazing Spider-Man, that's still shit. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
But, I did like Tom Holland and his character. I think he played it off pretty well. And I like the fact that they just skipped the whole origin story shit and just
That was nice.
went straight to your Aunt May is hot.
Hot Aunt May.
Hot
Aunt
Aunt May.
May. Yeah, so I actually enjoyed it. And actually I think his, smart assery, while fighting the villains and everything else was actually pretty cool. He's more kind of like the comic book smart ass. But, the whole super techno spider suit. Okay.
Yeah. They had to make
little-
Iron Man more important enough that.
Yeah,
So
so I'm like, all right, a little extraneous, but I did like Birdman. In there.
Yeah, Michael Keaton was
Mike-
great as Vulture.
Exactly. I thought he was all right.
I thought it was more than all right.
But then
So-
the guy that was the Shocker.
Yeah. I thought this was the anti-gravity gun.
Yeah, no.
No, that's the disintegration ray.
Yeah. Oh. Oops. So it was pretty funny, and I did like the whole thing overall. And I can also see Spider-Man being that young and what they did in the movie to make that appeal to his age group, basically too. So even as a cranky old man, I still kind of liked it.
Are you looking forward to Far From Home?
Actually, you know what? I think I've decided I'm going to go see that in the movie theaters.
All right.
Well, maybe let us know. We'll go with you.
There you go. All right.
Although, still have to see Dark Phoenix. I will go see it.
Now, I saw a news article. The guy that did the writing and directing for Dark Phoenix
Yeah.
is basically come out and was like apologize or whatever. It's like, well, I'm sorry. And I didn't read the article. I just, I do the stupid quick thing where I just read the headline, then I read a comment. And then, I read the headlines. I'm like, oh, I apologize for it. And then the first comment is, well, he fucked it up both times and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a lot of
Well, I think
it
was the same screenwriter that fucked up the Dark Phoenix saga in X3 or X-Men: The Last Stand, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
I think the same guy wrote or co-wrote both scripts, so it's like, yeah, don't bring him back to write the same story. Let someone else try and fix it.
And have screwed up both times?
It screwed it up both times. Well, I don't know. I didn't see the last one to know he screwed it up or not.
Yeah.
And don't worry about. The problem is, not everyone's going to be happy with what you produce. Write something you think is going to be good. Don't try and go out and just please everybody else.
Well, the simple fact of the matter is, when the source material is there,
Use it.
use it. I
Yeah.
mean, they're taking the 2 or 3 beats from the source material, but dropping, everything that leads up to it. It
Yeah.
kind of lessens, when you don't have the build up to Phoenix. Dark Phoenix means nothing. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem with trying to tell the Dark Phoenix story before telling the Phoenix saga.
Uh-huh. Well, that's interesting. And it just goes to show again, you need to have somebody that's familiar with the work and a fan of the work and who will be somewhat truthful to the work, rather than just some two dipshit Hollywood writers stuck in a room saying, "Well, what can we do to do this? Oh, let's change this. Oh, this would be great if we do that." Just no. Stick to what sells, because those are the people that are going to go and watch it and like it the most, and critique you and hate you if you mess it up.
So you're talking like Peter Jackson and Lord of the Rings trilogy.
That's correct. You got to get a
fan to do
Jackson.
it.
You got to get a Jackson fan. To do it.
Or you're talking Peter Jackson and the Hobbit trilogy?
It went a little too far. That's where you got to rein the fan in a little bit and say, "Hey, bring it back down to earth,
Like,
buddy."
okay, I realize you're a fan, but this is a...
The Hobbit is an easy read.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
This is a small story, not
Bring
three.
it back. Exactly. I watched a little bit of that this weekend. I think was on this weekend.
I still have yet to see the third Hobbit movie.
I watched it for a little while, and you know what? The CGI effects in that movie don't handle very well. When you start looking at it from the perspective
They
again,
did it when it came out.
you didn't like it when it came out.
No, the CGI I thought was...
The CGI was really it was I would call it Phantom Menace like.
Oh,
And I know that's bad.
because that was the whole thing about Lord of the Rings was how it used a lot of practical effects.
Yes.
And then the other stuff was just in
Correct.
the background.
I mean, when you had orcs, and, they were guys running around in orc costumes.
Yeah.
These were all CGI, and you're like, man, this is horrible. I don't like it.
But I think I know that there was like the one scene in the one movie where like one of the elves is like jumping on barrels as they're floating down. the river or
Yes,
something.
that one is like a video game, for Christ's sake.
that's what I really hated about.
And Legolas is rolling a critical hit on everything.
Well, Legolas is good.
Well, I know, but same thing with Thanalan, whatever the chick, what her name is, Elfie. Evangelina Lilly, yeah.
You mean the Wasp?
Yes.
Yes.
The Wasp. It's like same thing. It's like everything was like an unbelievable, incredible Roll-20 stunt kind of
Well,
thing.
they're the heroes. Of course
Yes,
it
I
is.
know, but it's too much. I need dwarves jumping off of tables and falling flat on their face.
Hey, that's me.
Yes, I know.
Oh. So
How
I heard,
about? Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say we could go to our Twitter poll of the week.
Yes, I
Oh
got
yeah,
the
we
Twitter.
can take a break for that.
Okay, here we go. The Twitter poll of the week. Again, you can find us on at the History of Bad Ideas podcast on Twitter.
Well, at Bad Ideas Podcast.
At Bad Ideas Podcast. And this week was do people pay attention or care about the Twitter poll of the week? And we just obviously only had two answers, yes or no. And coming in at second place at 0% was yes. And coming at 100% with one whole vote was no. So yes, so
there you go. So
no one
cares about
no one
our
really
Twitter
cares
poll of the
about
week.
the Twitter poll of the week. I think I think Jason didn't get a chance to vote on it because it's on his thing.
Yeah, he wanted to vote yes,
Yeah.
but it was under his name, so he can't vote.
Be a little tough. All right, great Twitter poll of the week. I like it. Legion. Legion starts next week.
Oh, that's what I need to watch season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to watch season 1.
Well, you better hurry up before I get to the spoilers. I don't want to
We'll get to 'em.
spoil it for you. All right. Fear the Walking Dead. You guys seen any of the Fear the Walking Dead?
None. I've seen less Fear the Walking Dead
I
than I
feel-
have
yeah.
of The Walking Dead.
I feel like I've missed an entire season, but I know I haven't missed an entire season because the season opens up and they're in a plane and they're flying around. I'm like, where the fuck did they get this plane? I don't understand what they're doing.
Did they are they going to do flashback
They
stories to tell
crashed-
you why they got the plane?
Kind of. I don't know. I've only seen the first 2 episodes and I'm lost already. So I'm like, all right, move on from there. Other good news, Hobie Friend documented truthfully on IMDb.com. Jason C. Brown's
Yes.
Drunk History series starts again tonight,
Very nice.
part 2.
Nice.
So that reminded me, we were supposed to bring them back on when they were kicking off the second part of their season.
Oh, that's right.
So we'll have to get with.
We'll have to go with Intern Hackney to make sure that Jason can come on.
That's right. Make sure
Hopefully
things get
next week or something.
Yeah, make sure things get done right, so we can bring in the great Jason C. Brown IMDb page.
I blame Jason because he's not here.
Yeah, so too. Speaking of more friends of the podcast, I went to go see One Rock Taylor.
This is
Dr. Bednar's band. They got to play at festival, and they had about a 5-6 song set before the rain came in. They got done before the rain, which is nice.
Yeah,
because that was the only band I was there to see.
And the rain really was coming down most of this past week.
Yeah, exactly. So all original music.
Oh, all originals.
Yeah, and they got some good kicking tunes, man.
Did they play the theme song to History of Bad Ideas?
No, you know what? That's what I should have done when they were done. When doing the encore. I should have done a request. It'd be like, one more song, Hobie. Then but no, I behaved myself because
what you should do is start screaming the song Henno wrote for us.
Yeah, there you
what
go.
What do we want? Hobie, History of Bad Ideas, yeah. And that will get Dr. Bednar to sing his song.
There you go. So yeah, it was pretty neat. I got to see that, and it was some good deal, and it was some good music. I did a lot of some videographer for them, so it was pretty neat. I recorded some of the stuff for them and all that. Yeah, it was nice.
Did they drop stuff or mess up their?
Well, I have no idea because I don't know any of these songs. A lot of these songs I've heard for the first time because it's all original work, and it was actually pretty cool. I liked it.
I have one more thing. Good friend Ryan Nemeth is producing his wrestling movie, but he has a Kickstarter or a fund me out there, seedandspark.com for the movie Heel. So any wrestling fans out there, you want to chip in and help Ryan fund his wrestling movie, you can go to seedandspark.com or check out Ryan Nemeth on Twitter and see the links to his page there. He's over up almost 60% funded.
Awesome.
So
what's his Twitter handle?
His Twitter handle is @HotYoungBriley.
@HotYoungBriley, BRILEY.
BRILEY, yes.
All right.
I have a question. If you pay enough for like a Kickstarter, what are the tiers? I mean, do you get like an extra role like in his movie?
He has
how much for a speaking role?
He's not doing that, but he's doing like some meet and greets and stuff like with him or his brother. I think one of the things his brother gets to beat you up.
Body slam?
I don't see about that.
Fake or real? Well, we know it's all fake. Yeah.
Until you land on your back after being body slammed by Dolph.
Yeah. All right, well, that's pretty cool. Oh, and speaking of sports, you guys been watching the women's national team kick ass?
All 16
the
goals.
Women's World Cup.
What, set a record 13-0 last week?
It was 3-0 in the first half and 10 goals in the second half.
Yeah. So, all right, here's a good question for you. Obviously, it sparked a lot of controversy, right? But I will say this. You need the goal differential.
It's a tiebreaker.
In the opening round.
Goal differential
correct.
Is a factor. There is no taking it easy on teams.
That is correct. And if you ease up, it's almost kind of as insulting, too.
Yes.
But you could see in this world stage the disparity between a lot of women's soccer around the rest of the world compared to the U.S. and Europe, or some of the other countries.
Oh, you look at...
There just aren't...
These are fully professional women's players.
Oh, yeah, we got fully professional women's players. A couple of these teams, just a couple of years ago, they only had 4 full-timers and the rest were part-timers.
Yeah, most watching Argentina, watching them play, and they have a rich soccer history. There's nobody on their team that's really a full-timer.
Well, that's correct. We also got to look at the machismo society they come from, too.
Oh, yeah.
Women don't play soccer because that's a man sport.
This woman's third job is at 5:30 in the morning. She gets up and throws around watermelons.
Yeah.
She's in great shape.
Yeah, exactly. So it shows you where the rest of the world is, I guess, in regards to women's sports.
But so do you think with... the U.S. captain Megan Rapinoe, who does not sing the national anthem, and who holds her fist up in.
Hold on.
Do you think that she should fight for? Again, she's fighting for equal pay for her team. Shouldn't she fight for equal pay across the board? So these other teams that don't get paid at all, shouldn't they get money?
I agree.
Shouldn't the U.S. women's team lose money and go to these teams that they can give it to their teams?
Yeah, I agree. You know, if you're going to go all across the board, you got to go all across the board. But a lot of people don't realize FIFA is one of the sexist international organizations out there.
100% it is.
I mean, they make the women play on artificial surfaces, you know, in order to make money, whereas they will never do that to the men's teams.
No.
You know,
I'm actually a little surprised that somebody else hasn't stepped up and started something else so the women aren't under FIFA.
You know, well, they see that's the problem too. FIFA is a great mafia, monopoly organization that all the international countries bow down to, and it's rife with corrupt. I mean, you just go back and start reading the investigations on how, just like the Olympic Committee, just how people get these tournaments in their countries and stuff. But I'm glad you brought up Rapinoe because, I agree. On one hand, the in regards to the people getting upset with the excessive celebrations. Well, notice I just said excessive celebrations. I agree. I say goal 1, 2, 3, 4. Have fun. Do your celebrations. But when you're starting hitting the goal 8, 9, 10, like Rapinoe's, at a certain point in time, you have to realize, even as a professional, we're going to keep playing hard. Yeah. But your celebrations don't have to be 100. When you're on goal 10-0.
Your celebration.
You can celebrate, but you can scale it back down to be a little professional. Yeah. Take a little page out of Paul Brown's book. Act like you've been there before because it's the 10th time today. But it almost runs up to like, let's put this in. They're like, oh, if this was a men's sport, we wouldn't get this criticism. No. If they're playing football and you're beating a team in college 77-0, and they're celebrating like mad when they score touchdowns and dancing on the sides,
there's a lot of people complaining.
People will complain regardless. But the thing is, I always say, be professional. If it's a close game, celebrate all out. I understand, enjoy it, first goal, whatever. I understand it. But when you're up 10-0, 11-0, 12-0 on an international stage like this, also have some situational awareness of what's happening and what's going on around you.
Yeah, it's like, we're still going to play hard. We're still going to try and score.
Yes.
But it's like you say, you don't have to rub it in.
But what if there are milestone goals, like
Alex Morgan's
5th goal ties most all-time in a game, and the 13th goal set a record for most goals in a game.
Correct. But on the flip side, isn't that a little tainted as well? Because this was obviously a JV team compared to their varsity league. Do you want your 5 goals against a JV team, or do you want it against a quality opponent like Germany?
Well, you take it when you can get it.
Oh, I agree. Take it when you can get it.
This is a team that qualified to be in this tournament.
Correct.
It's not their fault.
Well, no. They have to take X number of teams based upon the
teams.
Continents. The continents and the number of teams that are
24 teams.
Yeah, they're less than the men's
6-4. Yeah, so there's 24 teams.
Yeah, it's not 32.
So there just aren't 24 worthy teams. You probably have maybe half of that.
They may have stretched it a little bit just going in 24, but they do that for inclusion, getting teams from every continent.
Yeah.
Et cetera.
I mean, it's like you get a chance to play, you get to go again. I mean, it sucks that Thailand had to pick U.S. as the first pick in.
True, but I do say I do congratulate Alex Morgan for her 5th goal.
Yeah.
In celebrating a milestone like that, hey, all right, I understand it. But outside of those kind of goals, when you're Rapinoe and you score goal number 10 and you run over the sidelines and slide down, and you're doing under the leg farts, celebration in front of your team, I think that says something about your character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it gets quiet.
And it gets quiet. But otherwise, go girl, go ladies.
Go US.
Yeah, go USA. But yeah, I was just wondering how you guys felt about that.
I agree.
I agree. You still play out. You still score all the goals you can.
Yeah.
Especially if goal differential is a factor. I say that about the NFL.
Yeah.
One of the tiebreakers might be goal, point differential.
Yeah.
So I have no problem in the NFL someone running up a score.
Correct.
College football, for the most part,
as they say,
the only thing college football is you might look better in.
That's where you got those SEC teams playing all those Division IIs.
In college, point scored and point differential is included in the computer analytics.
It is in the computer.
It is.
And that's the problem.
Before they had the computer analytics, it was just the people would eyeball it, and you'd say, "Well, we'll look more impressive if we win 87-3 than if we win, 53-3."
That's correct, and that's why Alabama's in the hunt every year, because they played 3 Division II teams and beat the shit out of them.
But those actually, because they're not 1A, those get weighted a lot lower
Yeah, whatever.
in the computers.
I still hate it. It's still not. Yeah, but it's still
We hate
not a good
Alabama
pick.
still.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's me.
I hate the NC2A, so that's beside the point.
Yeah, that's another mafia-like.
Yeah, that's another monopolizing, organization that makes billions of dollars off of amateur, unpaid athletes, but they do get scholarships
They get a free education, so hopefully they use it.
and maybe tattoos and cars under the table.
Only
You
if
know-
you go to Ohio State.
Or any big one, any of those schools got that shit going on, man.
Yeah, but Ohio State got caught with the
Yeah, that's true. You just
tattoo
don't get
gate.
caught.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember that. All right, what about any other notes? Any other discussion notes?
I think we're good. I think we're going to move on and do
What is
some.
that?
Listener feedback?
That is the that is the sound of guest check number 4618. That means it's listener feedback time, brought to you by the man who invented volleyball shorts. Had to be a man. All right. Our question tonight, comes from our number one, Nick Albright. It says, Jeff Rasta, what was your fave event from Origins? Hashtag penis envy.
Well, my favorite event was lunch with Nick Albright. Like I said earlier, we ate all the meats. But yeah, they got the Brazilian steakhouse there.
Oh, yeah.
Come around. Would you like some of this? We're like, yeah, we want some of that. I
You know-
want some of this.
Hell yeah. You know what the key to that is? Ignore the damn salad bar.
Oh yeah.
You know how many people I see, they sit there, they go, okay, they get their place, and the first thing they do is go get salad bar. I'm like, why are you doing that? You're just killing all the meat in consumption that you can
I'll
eat.
get a little bit at the salad bar. You know, there's some
Maybe a little bit.
little fruit salad. It's
But
pretty
you're,
good.
but you're not there for that.
Cut the fullness of the meat for
Yeah,
just
I
a
mean,
little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah. I'm talking about people that like get full
like-
plates of shit. I'm like, no,
No, like a
No,
quarter
no,
of
no,
a
no,
plate.
no.
Yeah.
If that. But other than that, it's like you're there for the meat. I mean, that's what you paid the bill for. Eat the meat, people. And that concludes listener feedback.
So next we'll have Riddle Me This. Do we have any good music? for
Music?
this?
We can get Jason to do it. Riddle me this! Riddle me this! La 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 la! Riddle me this!
That was Jason.
Wow, that was spot on, Jason.
And this week on Riddle Me This, we are going to cast the member or the people in the movie Blazing Saddles with Muppets. So, the characters that we will be recasting,
Oh, can I put an editorial note in this?
yes.
For somebody that's never seen the movie Blazing Saddles, and I'm talking hypothetical, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking if you're out there and you've never seen the movie, do not watch the edited versions that make TV these days because
Oh, yes, that would be
that's not
terrible.
funny.
Half the jokes are, they can't show half the jokes.
Yeah, now you're going to have to get your warning in before the movie starts, for all kinds of triggering, but it's still pretty damn funny.
Yes.
Yeah, unedited version.
Only.
Only.
Unedited version Only.
Only.
Okay, so the
Especially with the Muppets.
Yes.
so with the in the unedited version, we're recasting Sheriff Bart, played by Cleavon Little.
All right.
Then we have the kid Jim, played by Gene Wilder. Then it's Taggart. That was who played that?
We just had that written down too.
Holy shit! Gotta go back and get a shitload of dimes.
He was Slim Pickens.
Slim Pickens. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Okay.
Like Dr. Strangelove going through my head now.
Yeah, that's the only
Slim
thing
Pickens.
I can think of too. Is his wahoo.
And then we have Hedley Lamar, played by Harvey Korman.
It's Headley.
Lily Von Stoop by Madeline Kahn. Governor Le Petame, played by Mel Brooks. And Mongo, played by Alex Caro.
Played by Mongo.
Played by Mongo.
Mongo. Played by Mongo. Mongo, only pawn in Game of Life.
So we start with Bart. Who do you think we should play? Who should be Bart?
Who should be Cleavon Little?
Yeah, who should be the
Well, I do have to say,
protagonist?
the Muppets don't have a whole lot of, African American Muppets to choose from.
Oh, you can make him green.
You think Kermit?
Yeah. Okay.
No, I was leaning Kermit towards the
kid?
The kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say if you want to get the race right, I was thinking Clifford. That guy.
Isn't he in the band?
No, he was introduced in 1989 because they needed to get some more color into the Muppets,
Okay.
and he's the cool guy.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go with that. Sure.
And the character is kind of cool and yeah.
Let's see, the hip Muppet who first appeared in 1989 on the Jim Henson Hour before being selected to host Muppets Tonight in 1996. He is often seen wearing sunglasses and has multicolored dreadlocks and give his appearance a Rastafarian feel.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So we got Clifford for Bart.
Yes.
Okay, then.
So now we're going to have to move into the kid, Jim.
So we're going to go with Kermit there.
Go Kermit.
Who'd be a Gene Wilder kind of performance out of the Muppets for that?
Not Scooter.
Scooter could possibly fit that bill.
I don't know. This is a guy who has a drinking problem. Do you really want to give Scooter a drinking problem?
That's true. But, it does require a lot of acting, and, I think Kermit can fit that bill.
Kermit's
He's
a
got the
different
com-
character in all the different
That's
movies.
right. He's a comedic genius. So I think maybe we should stick with Kermit as the kid.
I think we do Kermit. Yeah.
All right. Kermit is Jim, the kid. This brings us to, what's his name again? Taggart?
Taggart.
What's that guy?
Slim Pickens.
Dimes. Yes, okay. Slim Pickens. So who's going to be our goofy, cowboy, idiot, jerk,
Well,
lackey?
didn't you just describe Gonzo?
Okay. We could do that.
Anyone else?
Do you think seeing Fozzie Bear in that role might be pretty entertaining?
Let's see. Fozzie Bear saying, "We got to go back and get a shitload of Jim." How would that sound?
Waka waka waka. I'm Fozzie Bear. Waka waka waka.
Fozzie Bear. We gotta go back and get a shitload of dimes.
Okay, I'll take it. There you go.
We got Fozzie for Taggart. Then we got Hedley Lamar.
Yeah, this is going to require some good acting chops.
Yeah, Headley's a tough one. I'm
Miss
Hedley.
Piggy?
No. You got to save her for Von Stupp.
You don't have to.
I would.
Because I was going to suggest Camilla for Lily Von Stupp.
Yeah, but Von Stupp is a little stuppy.
You're right. Yeah, I think Piggy will probably have to be.
I need to do all that. I got another Gluben Schnitzel.
I mean, Hedley Lamar. I mean,
It wasn't she always, trying to seduce, men? Other than
Yeah.
Kermit as well.
Yeah.
There you go. Hedley.
Sam the
Sam the
American
Eagle.
Oh, there you go. Sam the Eagle. I don't find this funny. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I like it. Sam Eagle,
It's
perfect.
serious and
Serious and it's trying to keep everything straight.
My name is Headley.
Headley. All right, good.
next again we got Lily Von Schuckelduke, Miss Piggy,
Got Miss Piggy and then the governor, right?
the governor, Judge Lepetame. So
And that was played by Mel Brooks.
that was played by Mel Brooks.
How about Scooter for this one?
I can see that.
I think we can see Scooter doing that.
Wow.
Scooter trying to run things even though he really has no real power.
Correct. Complete idiot.
I was thinking somebody a little more.
Older.
I was thinking not older. I was thinking more not as clean cut.
Corrupt.
Yeah. But
Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Dr. Tooth?
Dr. Teeth Cook,
Dr.
maybe.
Teeth?
Would he make a good mayor? I can see it.
I think so. He's got the hat.
Well, he's got a hat.
and Miss What's Her Name could be Janice. You know, his little.
Oh yeah.
Unless you Beauregard, the janitor. I'm just going through all these minor characters.
No, I think that's it. I think we got it.
I think it is. I think that is.
And we even cast Janice as an extra. We didn't even plan to
Yep.
cast her. Miss what's her name? The governor's tart.
that the governor's tart is.
Find it.
It's on here somewhere. Miss Stein.
So Janice is Miss Stein.
And then last is Mongo.
Oh, Mongo. Oh, wouldn't that be the big? What's his name?
Bobo.
Bobo.
Bubba the Bear.
Bobo the bear, or
Or
Sweetums. the
Sweetums is what I
Or
was thinking.
Beauregard the
Or
janitor.
Beauregard the janitor.
Okay.
Animal. He's not as big, but he's.
But Animal would punch out a horse.
Yeah.
Animal.
I thought Sweetums first on that, but
But you know, I can see Animal doing that. That'd be cool.
Jack not name, Jack job.
Yeah, that's right.
That does fit Mongo. I will give you
Yeah.
that.
I can see Animal pressing everybody up in the bar with the piano going, ah! Come on.
I think I gotta go with Animal on that.
You gotta
Animal.
do that.
Blake
There you
sold
go.
me.
Mongo!
okay. So we have it decided. Playing Bart, the sheriff, would be Clifford. I also thought maybe Rolf in that,
Yeah, Rolf could make that.
but that was after you already decided. But
Well, we can go back and change it. I mean, I suppose maybe I was getting too caught up on race, but really Rolf isn't a race at all, is he?
no,
He's brown.
he's a brown dog, but he also plays like blues music, doesn't he?
He plays the piano.
Yeah, plays piano and stuff. Yeah, but we decided on Clifford.
But
so-
we don't want to fire Clifford.
No, he's.
He's cool.
And then we got the kid as Kermit.
You can see him like, but I shoot with this hand.
hand.
Yeah, you see that
His little green hand flapping around.
the felt blowing in the wind.
Exactly.
Then Taggart by Fozzie. Headley Lamar, Sam the American Eagle.
That's Headley.
It's Headley. And then Lily Von Stoop. It should be Piggy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of obvious there.
No. 16's my limit on Schnitzengruben.
Schnitzengruben, that's it.
Then Governor Lepetame is Dr. Teeth, with Miss Stein as Janice. And then Mongo played by Animal. So that is our Riddle Me This for Blazing Saddles.
Yay! All right, is this where we come to Jason's part of the?
Hey, I'm Kevin Spacey.
Hey, that was Kevin
Kevin
Spacey.
Spacey. Kevin
I don't know where
Spacey
he
was
came
here.
from.
Oh well. Speaking of disgusting celebrities, did you guys see the Bill Cosby tweet?
You're talking about the O.J. Simpson tweet.
No, I'm talking about the
No,
Bill Cosby.
Bill
tweet.
Cosby.
Oh, no, Bill Cosby tweet. No.
Yeah.
I meant to talk about the O.J. Simpson tweet. Yeah, go ahead. Talk about that one
The
first.
older video that somebody put out of Cosby.
It was like for Father's Day, and it's like, oh, it's America's dad here. Let's like, I gotta find it.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you want to go talk about, apparently Mrs. Cosby is running Bill Cosby's
Twitter account
Twitter
while he's
account.
in jail.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to have access to internet while he's behind bars. But I like the fact that O.J. Simpson opened his Twitter account
Yes.
officially on Father's Day. Not to make an announcement how he's relentlessly pursuing the real murderers of his, estranged wife and her boyfriend.
Nope.
You
Something
know,
even more important than
There's
that.
something more important than that. He had to set the record straight that he is not Khloe Kardashian? Khloe Kardashian's father. And that he did not have sex with, what's her name?
Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner.
Bullshit.
He's never been on Twitter before. First thing he had to do was come out and, dispel all those Father's Day rumors that he's not the father of Kardashian. The big one that looks like a linebacker.
the one who played semi.
The one who plays semi-pro football.
Great running back.
Who just happened to have O.J. Simpson's forehead. Just saying.
Who walks around in a Nordberg jersey.
Yeah. Just saying. What a scumbag. What a scumbag. To open a Twitter account, the first thing you do is, claim that you're not the father of of your friend's wife, child.
Well, again,
Oh, wait a minute. He did kill his wife. I'm
he
sorry.
killed his wife and her boyfriend.
Allegedly.
And then
Yeah, I'm sorry.
and then held up a dealer, a memorabilia dealer
Dealer at gunpoint.
at gunpoint and robbed him.
Yeah.
So, what do you expect from this man?
Of course. All right, exactly.
Well, didn't he also then come out and say something like he's got a lot of people to get even with?
Oh yeah,
Tweeting out, I'm going to get even with people.
Oh yeah, they're now trying to check and verify that this actually is his Twitter account.
Oh,
Yeah, but I thought the video of him making these confessions
it's
on Twitter
his
account for
video.
a day.
It
It may be hacked already.
that was on video.
It's him saying this.
I was
Yeah,
just
it's
reading
him.
the bottom line on the news.
Oh no, it's a video of him saying, "Oh, there's a lot of people saying stuff about me, and I'm going to set the record straight, and I'm tired of people blasting me with no recompense, so I'm coming after you." Okay.
So now he's coming after Hobie.
Now he's coming after Hobie. Oh shit.
Now we got the juice after Hobie.
I don't know. You should be going after
The real quote unquote the real killers.
after Seth MacFarlane.
Oh yeah.
When he was on, they had O.J. Simpson on
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Oh,
They
Family-
was that or was it The Simpsons?
I think it was Family Guy.
Family Guy. They brought him in, and then okay, everything's good. And at the end, he pulls a knife out and starts killing people and
Yeah.
runs away.
Oh my god. All right. So, anyways, yeah, Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Here's the tweet. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
Thank you. It's
I'm Fat Albert. Hey.
You can actually tell who that was.
Well, I gotta fill Jason's shoes here. So.
It's America's dad. I know it's late, but to all of the dads, it's an honor to be called a father. So let's make today a renewed oath to fulfilling our purpose, strengthening our families and communities. Hashtag Happy Father's Day. Hashtag renewed oath to our family. And then that comes out, and I saw somebody replied, no, please. And then someone replied, you know he doesn't understand those two words.
Aww. Ooh.
Oh, I don't know if I want to dig any deeper into that one.
Enough said.
Oh.
But actually, listen, React, somebody did ask Hobie if we would be following O.J. Simpson on Twitter. No.
I think somebody should for the comedic purposes.
No.
Blake, that'll be your job.
I don't have a Twitter account.
Rats, we now can't do it.
Actually, Hobie Blake is the one who asked the question.
I have Hobie Blake do it and then report to us.
Oh yeah, Hobie Blake.
Hey, can I get Hobie Blake to fill in for me at the Comic Expo this year?
Probably.
I think he does.
But he has to wear glasses and a fake mustache. What's that?
Hobie Blake.
Oh, Hobie Blake. That's awesome.
Hobie Blake account exists.
Oh, shit. No, that's not me.
Oh.
Well, actually, it's pretty funny. I was the only 13 followers.
Follows 14 and a 13
Follows
followers.
14 and a 13. Isn't it like Liam Gallagher's Twitter account? He's got
I
like
don't follow that. I
he's
wouldn't
got,
know.
no, it's pretty funny. Listen, it's the ultimate dick move. He's got like 1 point something million, and he follows 0.
Oh. He doesn't care what other people have.
Yeah,
to
that's
say.
right. That's pretty
I
funny.
mean, we know that.
I can't remember which Gallagher brother it was. It was Liam or Noah.
I still think KFC's
KFC's got the best.
KFC.
They
Follow the five Spice Girls
and 6 guys named Herb.
11 herbs and spices. And they said the first person to like mention that, catch on to that and mention it to them, they went ahead and they had this portrait of the guy painted of him being carried like down the mountain by Colonel Sanders. Like, Colonel Sanders giving this guy a piggyback ride down the mountain.
That's awesome. I can get behind that.
Yeah, so it's like, that's a good one for KFC.
Awesome.
Now if they just made edible food, it'd even be better. Oh, did I just go there?
No.
The part of this episode brought to you by KFC.
Actually, you should have said Wendy's.
They got the best Twitter.
It better be because Wendy's will blast you on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm afraid to ask Wendy's to blast me on Twitter. Oh, does anybody have any news of the geek? Since we don't have Jason here, we'll get rid of his
segment.
His segment.
Yeah. There's nothing real special going on. And
Spider-Man 4 thingy was teased this past week.
Yeah, what was that about?
Nobody knows.
I just saw a picture of a big 4 in spiderwebs.
Yes.
yeah.
I think Marvel Comics came out and made a tease at something or other.
So this isn't movie related? This is comic related? I mean, I don't even know.
Nobody knows. They don't know if it's a Spider-Man Fantastic Four mashup in the comics that's coming out,
Or
if it's actually a Spider-Man 4 movie that Sam Raimi never made. So nobody knows.
Or are they going to introduce a Fantastic Four in Spider-Man movie?
Or Sam Raimi's doing a Fantastic Four with Spider-Man in it.
Oh. Or they're going to get 4 different Spider-Men on screen at the same time in real life. So they'll get Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
And Tom Holland. And the voice actor for Miles Morales.
There we go. That'll work.
There you go.
Or do we get the voice actor of Peter Parker, so they'll all be Peter Parker?
Ooh, there you go.
That was Jake Johansson.
Jake Johansson. Yeah.
There you go. I'll
take
it. Sold.
Okay, that's what it is.
There
We're
you
right
go.
till proven wrong.
That's right.
Or I don't know. I saw a lot of things talking about with Spider-Man and upcoming things and the villains, and even after Far From Home, it's going to be a big thing with Venom. Since that's new Venom will be in the works.
The what's his name? Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yeah.
Tom Hardy Venom.
Yep.
Oh, so they
Crossover.
may bring a crossover then?
Yep.
Interesting. All right.
We'll
buy
see. We'll see.
All right, and there's your News of the Geek.
Yeah, great news of the
Hey,
game.
hey.
Oh, so
Now
box
it's
office.
time for box office bombs.
Thanks, Marty. So we'll start off with the bombs this week. 2 movies opening this weekend, both with
Well, 3 open this week.
3, but 2 of them bombed that we're mentioning here. Both with a little bit of. They open with a little bit of
Fanfare.
That's it. You had Shaft, which we discussed last week, and Shaft. You got
He is one bad mother.
shut your mouth. But you got Richard Roundtree and Sam Jackson, and now they got 3rd generation Shaft. So that sounds like a fun movie. It got $8 million in its opening weekend.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's a low movie, especially for a Sam Jackson movie.
Yeah.
That's not good.
He's used to Avengers movies.
Yeah, really. So how much did they spend on that movie?
That I don't know. We didn't have the budget for it.
No, rightfully so. Now speaking of, my wallet. Look, my wallet's coming apart.
Oh no!
I think
you have
now's
a budget for a new wallet.
Yeah, now's a good time for me to get my wallet that says "bad motherfucker" on it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. But that wasn't the biggest bomb of the week.
No, there was
We
a
had,
bigger one.
Say
it ain't so.
That
44 million.
44 million was the Shaft budget.
Yep.
What? That's cheap.
It is, but they only
Half
made-
of that Samuel L. Jackson's salary, or 20?
But it only got 8 million back.
Okay, that's got time.
It would have to, yeah. Hopefully they sell it good to the home viewing market.
And there's a bit blockbuster coming out next week.
There you go.
And
Oh yeah,
that,
that's right.
Also opening this week was Dead Don't Die. That was at the
I'm kind of intrigued by this movie. This is with Kylo Ren and Bill Murray.
yes, Kylo Ren. He'll always be Kylo Ren, won't he?
Correct. So yeah, so is it supposed to be like a zombie movie?
It's supposed to be.
Have anybody seen any trailers for this?
I saw a couple trailers.
I think I just seen the one like real quick, and I'm like, yeah, they could have hyped it up maybe a little bit better.
I talked to somebody who apparently has no scruples and saw a bootleg copy of it 2 weeks before it came out, and
Damn the Chinese tariffs!
and didn't have nice things to say about it.
Ooh, not good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just looked up and watching the baseball, and that was a fun slide into second base by Tyler White.
And budgets is not applicable for Dead Don't Die.
Dead Don't Die. Yeah, I mean, it made $2.5 million in its opening weekend. That might be its budget for all I know.
Yeah.
But, all right, they're showing the replay. Let's see if this slide it's almost Burger ass.
Ow!
Boom!
Ooh,
And then he
for all the viewers at
explodes
home,
over the base.
all the viewers at home tuning in.
Yeah. You should go watch. It wasn't as bad as I thought when I first saw it.
Did you
He
see
came in
the
a little hot.
Yeah.
Did you see the College World Series? The Michigan baseball players head first slide
Oh!
fail.
I did.
Oh my god! I thought he broke both his arms
Yeah,
for a
he
second.
dove, but as soon as his hands hit the ground, they
stopped.
stopped.
And then his face planted. He was
And
safe,
then-
though.
He was. They
was-
didn't throw the ball to the base.
He was, but he did. I thought for sure he at least broke two wrists.
Yeah, his
I was
hands
like-
hit and stopped.
It's
His
a-
face hit the thing. His helmet came off and cut his forehead. That
I
they
know.
had to pause the game while
Take
they.
him out of the game. Oh man, but that was great. Yeah, look that one up, kiddos. Go to YouTube. Michigan faceplant face first slide College World Series.
Okay, Jeff, what else happened in this week?
We had the top five. Number one this week, Men in Black International, $30 million.
Boring. I'm not gonna go see that movie.
I'm probably not going to go see it in the theater, but I'll watch it. I like the actors. I'm more intrigued in with Hemsworth and Thompson versus Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith.
True, because
So-
you've already seen two other films like that with him.
I'll see if there's a budget for that.
Yeah, Men in Black International probably had to have a big budget,
Yeah.
but it opened at $30 million, which Jason would probably be telling me they were expecting to do $40 million.
It was a $110 million budget.
$110 million budget. They're expecting $45 million, but they only did $30. I'm Jason Berger.
Oh, you're Jason! Holy shit, that was spot on.
Number two, Secret Life of Pets did another $24 million. $24 million in
Wow.
second
Really?
week. $92 million overall.
Gosh.
Well,
For a flipping horrible kids cartoon, I guess?
kids cartoons rake in the money. Though.
That's true.
$80 million budget.
$80 million budget, so that's already in the red.
Yeah, I mean, you're not
Or
going
the
to take your
black.
kid to go see Shaft.
The black is good, the red is bad. It's in the black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aladdin did another $17 million for a total of $264 million.
Jeez.
I know, silly Aladdin.
Silly.
$183 million budget.
So it almost got $100 million over its budget back.
Big blue
That's
Will
just
Smith.
domestic, even so international.
Yeah.
Rocket Man, another $9 million for $66 million.
Yeah.
Pardon me while I pick a drink.
I'd like to see that still. I probably won't get around to it in the theater, though.
Yeah, that's not one I feel I have to go to the theater for.
$40 million budget.
All right, so
Alright.
Peter's budget.
It's good.
And Dark Phoenix, another $9 million for a $52 million total. And yeah, that's a bomb.
How big of a bomb?
$200 million.
And some people were saying that's an underestimate of what it really was.
Oh.
But so yeah, it didn't even get a fourth of its budget back domestically, and
Yeah,
I doubt it got it back at all.
290 worldwide.
290 worldwide? It got its budget back worldwide. The rest of the world cares more about Dark Phoenix than we do, apparently.
Must be all those international fans of Sansa Stark.
I think it's more the Chinese or something.
Damn Chinese. Can't we tariff that shit?
We should.
Hey, so you said big blockbuster coming next week.
Big blocker.
So you said that was going to doom a couple of these films that aren't opening well.
Yes, coming up this week. Anna.
That's not the big
No, yeah.
blockbuster,
No.
but it seems like an amusing movie.
I've seen the trailer and I've seen how she holds the pistol with the silencer. No.
Beneath Anna Politova's striking beauty lies a secret that will unleash her indelible strength and skill to become the world's most feared government assassins.
Assassin!
Okay, also coming out, Child's Play. A contemporary reimagining of the 1988 horror classic Child's Play follows Karen, a single mother, who gifts her son Andy a buddy doll, unaware of its more sinister nature.
Aubrey Plaza. Yeah. And voice actor extraordinaire,
Aubrey Plaza?
Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill.
Oh.
He's the voice of Chucky.
I did not realize.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
And then a small movie coming out.
So do you think they're going to do like a Luke or Leia or Star Wars joke with Chucky with Mark Hamill's voice?
No.
Oh, that would be comic genius.
I think they might have done that with him doing it and other things, like as the Joker. I don't know. But he's probably like...
I still do
I
it.
think he probably wants to keep his roles separate.
I think they did that joke when he was the...
Cock knocker?
Cock knocker.
What the
But
hell is
you
that?
mentioned Aubrey Plaza. Apparently now there's talks that she wants to play Catwoman.
Ooh. Yeah.
And it's like,
I'll get into that cat of nine tails.
whoa.
Cock knocker's the bad guy in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh, that's right. Jane Silent Bob. Okay, I forgot.
And the other movie coming out this week, a small little film called Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Woody has always been confident about his place in the world and that his priority is taking care of his kid, whether that's Andy or Bonnie. So when Bonnie's beloved new craft project turned toy, Forky, declares himself as trash and not a toy, Woody takes it on himself to show Forky why he should embrace being a toy.
Yawn.
Sounds like they lost ideas.
Yeah.
That would have been perfect to stop at a trilogy.
You know, so much for toy shaming.
All right. I suppose that means we're now moving into our top 5, where we've run out of ideas. But we decided that, hey, since we're Briggerless, we'll figure out a top 5 of the top 5 activities that are more fun without Brigger.
Makes perfect sense to me.
I like it.
Anybody want to start?
I can start. I will put drinking beer. Because for one thing, again, we all get together, we buy beer. You get the beer, you get the beer, you get the beer, and everybody buys beer for each other except for Brigger.
Well, that'll lead into my 5.
Yeah.
I have softball. Because when you strike out in softball, you're supposed to buy beer. Jason still owes the team beer from week 2.
Somebody else struck out that game. Did they pay for their beer?
Oh, yeah, Blake. Blake struck out that game.
That was
and
week 1.
Week 1.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That was week 1. I was
Week 1.
rusty.
Yeah.
And you what?
And you paid
And
up.
I watched the strike go down. I was like, oh shit.
And when did you pay for that beer?
Immediately after.
Exactly.
Well, you know what?
I was giving Jason the benefit of the doubt that it might have been week 2.
You know what?
That was Owen week 2, who still
That was week
hasn't
1.
paid up because we're waiting for Jason to pay up.
That's right. So yours is drinking beer. Yours is softball. Well, that goes perfectly with my Friday night, which is number 5, which is Friday nights.
Friday nights.
Friday nights without Brigger. When we have softball, and we're winning because he's not there, and we have beer because it's paid for.
All right, hand in hand.
Blake, what's your number 4?
You know what my number 4 favorite thing without Brigger is?
What's that?
Wrestling.
You mean wrestling gets it better when Brigger's not there?
Yeah.
You actual like wrestling or watching it or actually doing it?
Oh, everything about it.
The smell.
I'm talking about the smell, the TV shows. I'm talking about all the fucking different wrestling federations. I'm talking about the characters, the storylines, everything.
I don't know if I completely agree because it's fun to beat the snot out of him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jim actually physically professional wrestled against Jason and almost cost me a security deposit at our cabin down in Gatlinburg.
I picked him up and slammed him onto the couch.
Yeah.
He was absolutely shocked I picked him up. He kind of had me in a headlock, and I was able to arrange get him behind him, and then he's like, oh no.
Well, when you start yelling suplex, doesn't he know what's coming next?
Good point. My number 4 activity to do without Jason, karaoke.
Man, that could have been close to 1.
Oh man, you know what? You got my number 3, which was singing.
Oh.
Put it up on the board.
Put it on the board.
Get the chalk out here at Dana Gardens. Put it up on the wall.
Put it up on the ceiling.
Put it up on the ceiling. Or the ceiling, yeah.
That one doesn't need explanation, I don't think.
Yeah.
No. Oh, so go to my number 4. That would be watching movies.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I should have put that on my list. No.
I don't know. Maybe even post movies, so I don't have to do the creeper impersonation from Jeepers Creepers 2.
I'm not saying no. I actually wouldn't put that on my list because I've had a good time watching movies with Jason. He was a good movie viewing partner.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, my number 3, golf. He is awful.
Yeah, I've never golfed with him because I think
Once. His brother had an outing, a charity outing or fundraiser that myself, the Dit Man, and the Gimp did with him. And he's awful.
But he's worse than me? I'm bad.
I think you might be a little bit worse.
Yeah, I think so. The one time I went golfing with Jim and a friend of ours, and a gentleman who was by himself or whatever, they said, "Oh yeah, you guys can go out as a foursome or whatever." So we had 3, he had 1, and it's like, all right. And we go out, and Jim tells the guy before he even started, it's like, we understand if you don't want, these guys aren't that good. Me and the friend that we were with, these guys aren't that good, and if you just want to go ahead, and the guy's like, "Oh no, that's fine." Blah blah blah. Hole 1, I'm on the right side of the fairway, hitting the ball 30 feet all the way down the fairway. Friend Eric is on the left-hand side of the fairway doing the same thing, while Jim and the other guy are like standing on the green in 3.
I parred the hole.
See, that's why I only do Scrabbles. I only got to hit the ball off the tee or I can putt. That's it.
Hit the ball off the tee into a house. I did that once.
It's their fault for putting a house next to a goddamn golf range.
We were doing it. It was at a friend's bachelor party, and like we were scrambling, and Jim and I were in a group with these 2 other guys, and they were a little more serious than I ever would be. But we're like, all right, well, since you have to take everybody's drive at least once, and we're at this simple par 3 early in the thing, so it's like you just hit it straight
on
or
the
whatever.
fairway.
Yeah, just get it on the fairway or close to the green, and we'll take yours. I'm like, all right, I get up and I hit it, completely slice it 100
80 degrees.
Well, not 108. Probably
90
about 100
degrees.
Farther than 90 degrees. And it hits the house next to the...
Next to the tees.
Yes. And like, well, we're
not going to take that drive.
But the good part about that one is you could turn in 4 beer cans at the end and get a minus a stroke.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm all for that rule. I want that.
We turned in a lot.
Well, one, the beer cart came by and we took their empties too.
Yeah, we cheated.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff, we're on your number 3.
My number 3 was board games.
Board game.
Because I don't have to explain how to play the game for an hour just to have someone look at me and say, what?
What? All right, my number 3 was, of course, singing, which you taught.
Yeah, which I stole.
Now, my number 2 and my number 1 were very, very, very close. It was
Okay.
really difficult for me to decide which one is actually number. I almost made 2 number 1s, but my number 2, impersonations.
Yeah.
Should have thought of that one. Impersonations are much better
Without.
Jason's input.
Yeah.
He's won an award for his impersonations. Granted, he issued the award to himself.
Hey, I'm Jason Brigger, Hobie Award impersonation winner.
Oh, I thought we'd take that award away from him. Did anybody second that?
Change approved.
Change approved. He no longer has an award.
I'm Jason Brigger. Blake, are you listening to me?
Huh? Wait, my bad. I'm Blake. Huh?
My number 2, I'm going to go with podcasting.
That was my number 2.
Oh!
Hey, look how much fun this is.
My number 1 was Hobie.
I would say, we don't have someone, hounding us with, what do you call it, an outline. Oh, a home run. Someone hounding us with an outline on Monday, and then an updated outline on Tuesday.
Which mine never has the correct listener feedback anyways.
And then when we're in the middle of podcasting, he's like, come on, guys, let's finish it up. Let's go. Come on, let's get this done.
And then he talks and impersonates people for the next 30 minutes.
Come on, we need to get this done by 2 hours.
But anyway, we're at the hour 40 mark, so we should probably hurry up and start wrapping this up.
Okay, so my number 2 was podcasting.
Oh, wow.
And my number 1, I thought this is obvious, because it's sex. I don't want him anywhere near I don't want him anywhere near me.
Hey, hold on a second. Honey, I'm changing my number 1.
Sex without Jason there is gotta be better. Or, worse.
God.
Wait, no.
Oh,
Confused.
jeez.
Sex with him there has gotta be worse than, that.
That's definitely not on Dr. Number 1's list.
That was Mrs. Brigger's number 1.
But it wasn't on number 1 fan Doug's list.
No. I thought about either sex or showers. Because if he shows up in the shower, he's probably going to have a ring.
But we kid.
We actually love Jason. I do have to tell myself weekly that he is my friend.
That's true. It's the only reason I do podcasting. Because Jason.
If it wasn't for Jason, we wouldn't even be standing here today talking on this microphone.
No.
If it weren't for Jason, I have nothing to do on Tuesday nights. Except laundry.
This is much better than laundry.
I almost did laundry tonight.
So yeah, we do love you, Jason. Like he's listening to this.
Yeah, he would have hung up by now. Stopped it by this part.
Fuck you guys. I'm Jason Brigger. Fuck you guys.
Well, that's a good one.
Oh, thank you.
So, do we have a bad idea to end this little broadcast with?
And doing a show with no outline.
I think that was the
That was a bad idea a year ago when Jason was on vacation.
that was a bad idea for the worst show ever, or worst episode ever. So let's use it again. Change approved.
There you go.
Oh. And Roger says goodbye.
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 From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
Addendum. Titles for the show. Did I do that right? Did
I think it sounded okay. Worst episode ever, part do.
Do we want it part duty?
Part duty. Duty.
He said a duty.
Well, I got a list of things I wrote down when we were talking. I got Hot Aunt May. Eat the meat, people. He's got the hat. The governor's tart. And so much for toy shaming. Those are the ones I wrote down.
Any ideas, Blake?
Doug, listen to this addendum.
Yes. Doug, make sure you listen to this year's addendum.
Oh.
Do you have any addendum?
I'm good with
Whatever.
Doug listen to the addendum or the last one, toy shaming.
So much for toy shaming.
I don't know, Hot Aunt May is a good one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. How we
sure.
go? Yeah.
I'll take that one.
All right. Change approved.
Or just make it.
I don't know which one we're approving.
Or just make this one Jason's not here.
So much for toy shaming it is.
How much for toy shaming?
Or our impersonations improved this week.
We can write that up in the description.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
And then they could reference 5 minutes of silence on the last worst episode ever that Doug listened to.
a whole episode of Boardroom.
Well, it pretty much is. No one knew what the hell was going on when we walked in the door this evening. So it's just like Boardroom.
All right.
All right. Well, that's our episode.
You've been listening to Hobie.